how to show your partner's Indian family that you are good enough. Wait, that's impossible. Sabko namaste, Jessica here. Today I want to chat a little bit about how you can build bridges with your Indian partner's family. This is a little excerpt from my course, Interacting Confidently with Indian Family and In-Laws, which talks a lot about family relationships and the Hindi that you need to know if you're in a serious relationship with an Indian, and maybe even if you're getting married. So one of the most common issues is between cross-cultural couples is the family dynamics of Indian families, how they work very differently from like Western families and even outside of the West. India has a very unique culture. And so one of the main problems with any of the students who I talk to or people who come to me for advice is in-law issues. And so there are ways to smooth this over, and my course talks extensively about that and many, many facets of how to smooth things over, how you can do your part to lean into Indian culture. Of course, not everything's going to be perfect and there's no silver bullet answer, but ways that you can, from your perspective, do your part and smooth things over. There may be misunderstandings. You may feel like you're not good enough, and really there's no way to ever prove that you're good enough. Sorry to break it to you, but there are things you can do to make it easier. So number one, greet them respectfully every time you meet them. In my course, I talk about greeting with namaste, pranam, touching the feet if that's part of the culture that you're in. This is a very regional thing. Always greeting them with respect and making an effort. A lot of times, if you're in a room and they're coming to your home after a long time, standing up, greeting and offering some food, offering some snacks, some drink, showing hospitality is a huge thing. So there's a concept called saving face. And India is part of kind of a shame honor system where it's very important to not bring shame to your family, but to bring honor. And ways you can do that are, even if you don't feel a certain way, is still showing on your face respect or kindness to people, even if you don't like them. So it's common and important for Indians of younger people to show elders respect. That's greeting, that's standing up, especially if there are other people around. So even if you hate that person's guts, greeting them with respect, saying namaste, it will go a really long way. In my course, I give many examples of greetings, of how to go about doing that and how to say those things in Hindi. Number two, finding common ground. Food is in and of itself a love language in India, and talking about food, serving people food, making food, showing love with food is a huge deal in India and in Indian culture globally. If someone comes to your house and you don't feed them or serve them something, you've done a bad job. You showed them that you don't want them to come, that you don't care that they're there. Indians are the biggest foodies ever. So learn to make a new dish, eat dishes that people have prepared for you with a smile. So that works the other way too. Anytime that somebody will prepare something for you, make sure you at least try to eat it, unless you have like an allergy or some issue. But trying to eat the food, eating some of it, showing that you enjoy the food is really important. A few things you can say are khana acha hai or chai achi hai, complimenting the food and showing that you really enjoy it. Or asking for the recipe is another one. Aapne kaise banaya? How did you make it? Aapne kaise banaya? So always asking, how did you make something, so that you show interest and people get more excited. So common ground. And number three is kind of opposite one from Western culture, but a lot of times it's just letting the older people talk. A lot of elder people in India feel that they're the ones that need to talk and everyone else should listen. In these formal kind of settings, that actually works pretty well. You don't necessarily need to come up with a bunch of conversation points or ask them a bunch of questions, but a lot of times people will want to ask you questions, and so answering those are good, but then also allowing them to tell stories, to talk and listen to them speak, it shows a lot of respect and kindness to that person. You don't always have to be the one talking the most or entertaining, where in Western culture, we kind of have that pressure sometimes that, how am I supposed to talk to this person? What am I going to say? Generally in Indian culture, a lot of times older people like to talk a lot. So you can just let them talk, and that's a way of showing honor and respect to those people. So I hope these tips have been helpful for you, and feel free to go and check out the course,
Interacting Confidently with Indian Family and In-Laws,
for a lot more information, Hindi, and much, much more detail about how to smooth over a relationship, how to start off on the right foot with an Indian partner's family. Chaliye.